Alright, yo, what's up guys? So today I'm going to be giving you a trading guide step by step from basically beginner to where you know nothing to I guess kind of a intermediate level of knowledge, right? I'm not going to go too in depth in this video, but if you want something more in depth, please let me know. I got this idea from a guy in my Discord server called Rend. He's a big guy giving me all my ideas, but anyway, so let's start out with trading. So what is trading, right? So trading is like, you have to have premium, that's like step one. If you don't have premium, you can't do it. But basically, you can trade collectible items like limited or limited U items. And you can trade them for different ones between players and try to make a profit. That's the end goal for every single trader, is to make a profit in the end. So today I'll be discussing some things that can, I guess, help you on along your journey, right? So let's get started. So right here, don't want to bookmark, but right here, so we have, I'll be giving you 3 examples of items, right, that I guess you should know. So right here we have projected, right? So you're probably like, what's a projected? So a projected is an item that is worth a lot less than its average prices, right? And if you go on Trade Hangout or some game, you'll see RAP. It stands for recent average price. So you'll see, I mean, like, its average price is a lot more than it actually is selling for, right? It's been selling for like 80 or whatever these past few days. And you know, with an item that's traded like this very like fast, its average price isn't blown, it's blown really far out of proportion, but like it's even bigger on some other like less traded items, right? So that's really something important to consider if you get a trade and it looks like you're getting a lot of value. Always make sure it's not projected. That's how people make money. They flip projecteds. It's basically kind of like, it's not really scamming, but it's not a nice thing to do. You know, they trade a projected item that looks like it's really high value for something else equal value, even though it's actually not that high value. So just be careful with projecteds. Now you yourself can flip projecteds. This is actually a really good way to make Robux. That's how I made some of my 15k. Yeah, it's just all down to what method you prefer. Now here we have an item of a solid item, right? This is a solid, it's solid demand, it's solid, you know, price, its average price is higher than its actual value, and you're gonna see this in most higher like items above 1k, right? Because so usually people sell, like, some people sell their items for below average price for some reason. I don't know why, but it tends to drive like the actual value of the item down. So because people want to sell their copies, right? So I mean, I guess there's 2 sides to it. The average price can either be higher or lower than the value, as long as it's not like over 20% off, 30% off. I wouldn't be worried. So yeah, I mean, so this is just an example of solid item. Like, look, you can hover over these white bar graphs. You can see that they're traded 56 times, 55 times. So this is obviously a solid item. Honestly, like, yeah, that's all I need to say about this. And then, so this is just an item, right? Now let me show you a demand item. So this is an item that's demand, right? And typically you only see demand items that are above like the like 2k 3k threshold. I mean, I guess you have your Shaggy, but I guess there is no threshold. But basically demand items are items that are like traded every day constantly. Like, it takes a long time for an item you consider demand of everyday trade. So like this item has been traded every day for like the past, I don't know how many years, a long time. That's how many years. So, and that's what makes this item a demand item. It's maintained its value. It's maintained its demand throughout. It's sustained the test of time, basically, right? So demand items are obviously very good. Anyway, so let's get into methods of actually how to make the Robux, right? So now that you know a little about projecteds, you know a little about just items and demand items, let's get into actually how you make this. So everybody suggests you go and Trade Hangout. Now, honestly, this is the worst approach, I feel like, as it is incredibly time inefficient. If you really want to make, like, if you really want to send trades, you know, like all this stuff, you want to go on a rolling mods. Trade Hangout is mainly for negotiating deals. It's just kind of slow. Not really worth it in my opinion. So let's take a look at Rolling Mons. This is the homepage, and this is the best Roblox like site for knowledge, right? You get your information, you get your news, just everything, right? Catalog players, games. So let me show you the tab you want to be looking at, right? So if you want to get snipes, always go to deals. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about trading. So when you're trying to send out trades, you can, first of all, I don't have any items on me, so I can't demonstrate, but you can basically make a trade ad like one of these guys, and people can send you a trade by clicking one simple button, and boom, you're already in a trade, right? Now, this is incredibly a very good way to send out trades, because you can send out like maybe 8 trades, 6 trades, 7 trades a minute if you're like really fast, which is on like the best thing you can do. The more trades you send out, the higher chance you have of getting accepted or getting a good counter trade, and you can post your own advert I think every 15-20 minutes. So honestly, this is probably the best website to use for this type of thing. So I guess getting a little farther into it, let me describe you. Let me tell you what all this stuff is, right? So when you're making your own trade ad, right, I'm guessing you're probably starting off small, right? You probably have like 2 or 3 limited items that went on sale, and you want to get rid of them, right? So you want an upgrade. So let me explain you all the terms, right? So any is just any item. Like if you want any item, you put this, right? Demand items, that's like the perfectly legit, the koala, the shaggy, just items that are in demand. You want an item that is actually worth its actual value, because some items aren't in demand and it's kind of ambiguous as to what their value actually is. So then you have your rares. Rares are those kind of ambiguous items. Nobody has a lot of copies of them. They're kind of not in demand, but they're really rare. They're not always sold. They're not always traded. So you're probably not going to be seeing many rares until you're like 100k plus. So I wouldn't really worry about rares. Wrap is always a good thing to trade for, because if it's a wrap item, that basically means it's in demand. It's just it's basically the same thing as demand. It's just, I guess, a little worse, but like wrap items are also a really solid thing to go for. It's just recent average trade. Like, it's items that maintain their actual price and like don't fluctuate as much. They're kind of more stable items. Wish list, I wouldn't worry about this. Nobody really uses this. Robux is if you want to add Robux to your offer, or you want people to add Robux. So like if I want to add 1,000 to my deal, it'll send 30% of it, so 700 to the other person. Has to kind of like sweeten the deal up, which is always a good thing to add if you have Robux. Now upgrading and downgrading. So let's just say you have, I'm guessing you're just starting off. You have like maybe koala head, a shaggy, and let's just say some Easter egg, right? So you want to put all 3 of these in this slot, right? And then you want to upgrade, and you want to upgrade into an item. I recommend something that's in demand, but if you get a good offer that's like kind of a weird one, then I would also kind of take it, because upgrading, don't expect to make a lot of profit upgrading. What your main goal is to make profit downgrading, and I'll explain this later. But so you upgrade, you get an item, right? Now you have this item, and you might have lost a little value, but you upgraded 3 items into one bigger one, right? Now you want to downgrade, right? Because you can't really upgrade one item, right? So you downgrade into maybe 2 items, maybe 3 items, maybe 4 items, doesn't matter. But when you're downgrading, especially at smaller levels, you want to at least get like 100, 200 Robux. So if you see something equal or whatever, don't take it. Just always be making a deal, like money, when you're downgrading, because it's just easier to make money when you're downgrading. It's easier to get better deals. So yeah. Now ads, this is kind of an interesting one. So say you want a specific item, right? But the item you have is worth a lot more than that specific item. Like let's just say 500 more. So you have your item worth 3k and they're just worth like 2.1k, for example, right? Well, you want them to add ads so you can, I guess, shorten that margin of loss that you would take. So instead of just getting a 2.1k item, if you put ads, they might add like a couple small items just to make up for that margin. And then projecteds, again, nobody really does this, but some people want projecteds just so they can flip them. I don't really understand why. I wouldn't use this one either. Just my advice. And yeah, so you can go down here if you want a specific item. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If there's anything I missed, please comment down below, and I'll definitely help you out with that. I live stream every now and then. If you have any questions, ask me on the live stream. I'd be more than happy to answer. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.